Welcome to 2021. Boy, how great will those words sound. To say that 2020 was a challenging year may be the understatement of the century. But guess what? If you are taking this in right now, congrats. You survived and you pulled through. We're almost there. Take a deep breath. You've earned it. The former U.S. Secretary of Defense, Donald Rumsfeld, was once quoted as saying that in a job like his, one was always going to be dealing with the unknowns. He said that, more specifically, it breaks down into two types: the known unknowns and the unknown unknowns. Well, it may not be just his job that you can apply that to, as 2020 seemingly had a lot of unknowns. Maybe most notably, we had a known unknown of a very polarizing election that was laying ahead. And we had an unknown unknown of a global pandemic, the likes of which we haven't seen in anyone's recent memory. Now, during all of it, we were busy trying to stay healthy, socially distance, be teachers to our children. We were working remotely from home. We were standing up for what we politically believed. We had to decide who to trust and what to believe. Maybe we were trying to keep our small businesses afloat, trying not to miss the family that we couldn't be near. Figure out what set of rules existed as we crossed county lines, and understand how to use Zoom video phone conferencing. Or maybe, for some of us, we were just trying to make it through to the next day. Tragically, not everything or everyone made it to the next day. We all probably know of someone that lost a loved one in 2020. Maybe COVID related, maybe not. We all probably are aware of businesses and business owners who had to close their doors during these tough times, never to reopen again. Maybe generations of history gone in what felt like the blink of an eye. I personally know that it felt at times like there was just no place to hide from it all. It was overwhelming, isolating, maddening, saddening, and just difficult on us all. That brings us to today. As I sat down to prepare this and set the tone for the new year, the words that continue to come back to me are hope and confidence. I think that this can be seen in many ways. I know I'm hopeful that the treatments that we have for the COVID-19 virus will continue to improve, as they have shown to do repeatedly throughout the last year. I am confident that we have begun to see safe, healthy, and effective vaccines be developed and deployed. I'm hopeful that all of us can very soon have access to them, protect ourselves, our loved ones, and the most vulnerable in our society. And I'm confident that in the ashes of 2020 will rise a recovery year in 2021. Not just in the stock markets and in the economy, but in the hearts, minds, and souls of all of us. I believe it will be a year that might unite us, in exact contrast to the way that 2020 forced us to separate and stay apart. I'm hopeful that by the time I write my second semi-annual letter in July, the world will be closer to the way we used to remember it. Maybe that's wishful thinking, but that's what I hope. And I'm hopeful that maybe from all of this, we can learn some things. As it relates to our finances in the stock market, I believe that we once again learned the benefits of sticking to the plan. A financial plan is the cornerstone to all that we do here at Midwest Financial Group. It's the only way, we believe, that you can navigate a path to retire comfortably and then stay comfortably retired. I'm very happy to report that out of nearly 900 households that we work with as a firm, 99.9% of our clients held strong, and they didn't exit the market during the crash in the spring due to fear. Because doing so would have only locked in investment losses that could take years and years to recover from. Sadly though, I have heard and met with handfuls of prospective clients, and they've talked about how they were told to get out of the market during the panic in the spring. During a time of fear and uncertainty, they were told to play a guessing game, to guess when to get out and then when to get back in. And all the ones I talked with lost that game. That's because timing the markets and their downturns, and then their subsequent recoveries, is a fool's game. Rather, our approach for many of you was to buy during the downturn because, after all, we believed things were on sale. We didn't know how long the sale would last, but we believed it was only temporary. fact, history tells us that market corrections are only temporary. So what we know is that selling low and buying high is never a good idea. And in fact, we should strive to do the opposite whenever we can. As this relates to the known unknowns and the unknown unknowns, remember, we've said this before, this too shall pass. And those unknowns are doing like they always do. This time really was not different, and I'd argue it never truly is. Now, we all had worries about the pandemic and the health of our loved ones, and rightfully so. There was a lot of unknown and uncertainty at first. But clarity came in time, and human ingenuity, modern medicine, and countless frontline workers, thank you all, stepped up to help get us through. Many of you also had worries about the results of the election, fearing that if this person or that person were to win, that it may lead to the end of civilization as we know it. As we were able to remind you then, the markets do not heed Republicans nor Democrats, but they do not like uncertainty. So as things have become more clear and more certain, the markets have continued their 100-year and counting long-term march upwards. And that is why we develop a plan that's based upon what you need to reach your goals. We do not let short-term fears or fads get in the way of navigating how to get there. It's only when your needs or your goals or your life changes, that's when we should chart a new course. So thank you all for staying the course with us this past year. Now, as always, we all know that not everyone stayed the course or had a plan to get through it. We know that many people want the type of help and guidance that we bring, especially during the most difficult of times when fear will make them want to do the exact wrong thing at the exact wrong time. Now, we hear all the time that others may not know where to look, or they're not comfortable asking you who you might work with. So please know, we continue to grow. We have the capacity to help your family and your friends who maybe haven't received this same level of comprehensive guidance and planning. We're very appreciative of introduction, so if you've appreciated all of our hard work and effort during 2020, please do not keep us a secret as we move into the new year. I understand that we're not totally out of the woods yet. There are some challenges that remain battling the virus, helping the economy and its people recover, and healing a divided nation. But we're getting closer, much closer, and I'm hopeful that one day soon we will look back on 2020 and put it in its proper perspective. It was a year that presented us with great unknowns, but when faced with them, we proved, like we always do, that we will meet those challenges head on, together, and that, like so many times before, we will get through and come out on the other side stronger than we went in. So, be well until the next time we see each other again. I'm confident that will be one day very soon. Happy holidays.